Welcome, the Northman Coaching Podcast with Gary and AJ. Thanks for tuning in. Building a better you, shoulder to shoulder, brick by brick. Let's go.
Good evening and welcome to the Northman Coaching Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about the core value of communication. Communication is defined as the process by which information is openly exchanged between two individuals. And today I have two special guests, Kristen and Andrea. Andrea from Long Island, New York. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
So tell everybody who you are.
I'm Kristen. I'm Andrea. How are you?
Tell us about yourself.
All right. Who goes? I get.
You pick it. Fight for it.
Are we talking about age or what are we talking about?
Just like why are you talking about what we're talking about today? What experience do you have that's going to benefit this conversation?
I'm married for 20-something years.
Wow, you definitely qualify. Good for you. Congratulations.
Oh, wait. I've been with my husband since I was 16 years old. So the
Wow.
total, I think, is 34, 35 years together.
Wow. Okay. That is a very long time.
It's a very long time. We have
Okay.
two kids. One is in college and one is going into 10th grade.
Okay.
So,
You definitely know all about communication.
I don't know. Is it communication or is it my way or the highway? No, it's communication.
Ooh, good question.
Yeah.
Good question. I like that. Kristen, I'd say tell us who you are, but you're not going to compare to the 30-something year
No, I'm
relationship.
divorced, and I have a 14-year-old.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how's the communication between you and your 14-year-old?
Just works
Okay.
out. Not that great.
Okay.
Good days,
Yeah.
bad days.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mine only comes out to eat and goes back to his room. So
Okay.
communication is kind of low.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I want to talk about communication in the sense that I feel like men in general, not all men, but in general, and I was included in this group at one point in time, we do not have the balls to stand up and ask for what we want. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
So I thought that it would be like that, meaning that men didn't have balls to communicate whatever, like out of fear.
Mhm.
Then I asked my husband the same question just to see what he would say. And his response was that men are more laid back than a woman.
Mhm.
And that he basically said, it's not worth arguing for. Even though a female takes it to the next level and goes on about it. And I have to say, yes, that is part true. But he said, he's like, we're just laid back. So he's like, we're not going to take it intense as you are. And it's not worth it. And then if they get mad, if they speak up, he said, they're getting pissed.
But why does it have to be an argument? It should be just communication on how each other feel. And
Mm.
Right. Well,
that's what drives me nuts. Like, I feel like every time there's communication in certain situations where it turns into an argument every time, which it shouldn't be, or it turns into you're not good enough. Like the other person isn't good enough because you're communicating on what you want, but that's not.
I also think sometimes and I'm using my husband, it's like, he's not a great communicator. Right. And the other thing is I think men, and I'm not labeling everything, but just because I don't want anything coming, but it's like they don't express their feelings the way they should, number one, and not
Mhm.
everyone's like that. So when you're not expressing yourself and your feelings, meaning any small little thing, you're holding everything back, and that's just taking it to the next level. As I'm speaking for myself, I need to express everything that bothers me
Okay.
so we can fix it. And that's how I've been with him, but that's because of how I am. Do you know, what I'm trying to say is a lot of times, they're not expressing themselves and they just go in a corner, but that could be from anything, communication, from feelings to whatever. And it turns into a whole different level of an argument.
Yes, I know what you're saying. So how do you think you've made it 30 some odd years knowing that he's not
I
asking for things because he doesn't want to start an argument?
I think the way that I was raised, I didn't have communication as a child.
Okay.
So that was one of my things as an adult to say, I'm gonna express myself because I want to be heard.
Mhm.
But also the way that we have become as a relationship, like I'm very like I used to always be like, listen, and he would like I remember they would be like, you could see in his face, he probably thought I was nagging, and I would just go to him and be like, "I wanna express myself because I want you to understand how I'm not arguing, I just want you to hear me out." And I think over a period of time and as we got older and things happened to us in life, we kinda calmed down, and I
Mhm.
think finally became to a and I shouldn't say the word finally, it just we learned how to communicate even now, like, he's into motorcycles, he goes away for, like, 2, 3 days. It's not that I don't care, it's just that I just want peace. I'm 51 years old and I just don't want to deal with BS and I just want to communicate. Like, I don't know. I guess it is time, but both people have to hear each other and not everybody wants to listen to each other, you know?
Yep. Yep, for sure.
And I just think it's how you treat each other. If you give them patience and space, I'm very into my space. Like, I want to be able to go out to dinner with a friend. I
Mhm.
don't want to be questioned. I don't want to. So if you give that back, as a mutual, I think it's such a different relationship. And yeah, I get a little upset if he goes away for a few days, but then I say to myself, I want to go out to dinner with him. I want to do my own. I want to be my own person. And I think when you're not your own person, that's where a lot of the communication and the argument comes because you're living a typical life of the same repetitive BS every day and you're holding each other like mad. Does that make sense what I'm trying to
It
say?
it makes a lot of sense, but it's funny because you said a typical life, but what you just said about your life, like, that is beautiful. That is a very you
It's
guys are in my opinion, in a great spot because I with the men that I coach, like, I stress the importance of having your own life. Like, if you guys are up each other's butt sideways,
correct.
it's terrible. I can love you to death, but if you are just glued to my side, you're gonna be annoying. I'm gonna get tired of it really quick.
It's not just being glued, it's just, like, I feel like you fall into, like, after a couple of years, whether you're in a, married relationship or going out, you're
Mhm,
just falling into each other's, like you don't have your own life. You don't have, like, that disconnect of the same life, going home, dealing with your kids and this and that and doing laundry, like, you need to disconnect,
mhm,
go out and just be vulnerable and just talk from your heart and not be judged, and then leave that there, and then go back home and be the wife or be the mom or girlfriend or whatever it is. Do you know what I'm saying? I really believe you need to disconnect from just life, like that
mhm,
typical life. And that's how you have the communication because you have that mental break, and then you could just breathe and then go back and be recharged and give him or her the attention they need because
mm.
you know, it's
Yep,
just
I do.
uh,
So that actually so that to me sounds like you getting there's a lot of trust and comfort there, which would allow each
right.
party to speak their mind.
Well, it's period of time, like, is every marriage 100% great? No. Is my
No.
marriage 100%? Absolutely not. But I wanna build I wanna work on it, and it's draining. I wanna work on it, and it's just that's what you have to put in. It's
Mhm,
the trust, the time, and, it's just listen, I go out, once in a blue moon with a friend, and he drops me off at a restaurant, and then he picks me up because I had drinks, like and that's that's what I want. I want that don't I'm gonna go out
mhm.
when I have a good time, and I'm gonna come back to you in 5 hours, and everything's gonna be great. Do you know?
Yes, but so men see that and they get or men that are not sure of themselves, they see that and they're afraid. So you are going out for 5 hours with somebody else, not me. What are you
But
doing in those 5 hours? What
have
if
it
you meet
well,
someone better than me? How do I know what you're doing?
can I make a joke and say if they don't have the right pension, health insurance, I'm not going anywhere? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's get realistic. I'm not going anywhere, We have built a family,
Mhm,
and it's to me, it's all about disconnecting, like, I raised my kids. I always
mhm,
wanted a break from them. So it's like now that they're older, I'm like, I want to live my life. I was a stay-at-home mom. So it's like I want to go out to dinner. I want to just disconnect from all this, you know?
Yeah.
I have a 19-year-old, she's off to college. My husband dropped her off, and I have a 15-year-old. It's not fun. Like, it's not fun. I don't know who said it is fun, but it's not fun. So it's like, I want to just disconnect from all that life
Hmm.
and go out with a few friends, and I will be back later, you know?
Yes. Okay.
No.
Kristen, what do you have for all this?
I mean, I've seen so many different situations and been in situations where I wasn't in my marriage allowed to really go out and have that dinner without being questioned and interrogated and what are you doing and what are you drinking and when you coming home, there was no trust there. Absolutely
Okay.
no trust. There was no communication either, but I think I was just like checked out at that point where there was no communication. When we started to try to have communication, that's when it was up my butt and annoying and where there was no space.
Hmm.
Well, that was like a different but anyway, moving on. From experiences that I've seen in family members
Hmm.
that people don't communicate at all, just bow down and take all the shit and their wives control their lives.
Okay.
But there's no communication. And I think that's what it was all about. And fear. Fear of what? Arguing? Like, I don't know.
No communication can be also a sign of, to me, is misery.
Oh, well,
You know,
there are these I see some people are definitely miserable that I'm speaking about, but why stay? Why not
right.
speak up? Why?
Well, I think so. I think that they fear rejection. So if we speak up and we're rejected, then we feel like less of a man.
But I think that's based on a relationship. So
Yes.
that's based on what you have built together,
Right.
you know? The
Yes.
nagging. I call it nagging, whatever. And
Yep.
it's nag.
That's exactly what it is, nagging. So Andrew, would you say that you and your husband have the distrust?
A
And
distrust?
no, that there is trust in your
Also, direct
relationship.
trust. Yeah. I mean, listen, like I said, nothing is perfect.
Of course.
And, but
Okay.
yeah, I communicate and I have expressed myself multiple times to say, listen, 51, we're both, he's old, he's 55. And like, this is it. I want to enjoy. I want to disconnect. And the way that he is with me is the way that I am with him. So even his friend he likes to go on bike rides, like 2, 3 days. He's been to South Carolina for a few days on
Hmm.
on his Harley, and he has a friend, and his friend told him he can't go. He plans to go riding when his wife is busy because she makes him feel guilty for leaving.
Mm, interesting.
So So a lot of his friends say to me, I don't know how you let him go. But the thing is, like I told him the other day, I'm like, I kind of sometimes get lonely when he leaves, but I think about when it's my time to go out and how
Okay.
supportive he is. So I'm like, all right, go. Even though at that moment I'm like, oh, shit, I want to be lonely today, kind of thing.
Hmm.
But it's just the way, I don't know. uh, I think it just takes time. And like I said, I'm very like naggy. I have to express myself. And he finally, I think, understands me. But now he's enjoying life. Like he gets on his bike and goes away for a few days and, he disconnects and he works hard. So that my mentality also was, you've provided
Hmm.
and you need to disconnect. And then he got into Harley's in place and now he leaves. And I know that he loves it. He loves it. He loves his bike. So I don't want to take that away from him because
Okay.
he's so good to me in certain things. I think it just takes time.
Yeah.
So
It takes
Kristen, do you think you had that?
Had
That communication, that
no,
trust?
no,
Okay.
absolutely not. No. Now what I've learned and what I want communication. I want a team, like
right.
we should be a team. Listened to something that said once where if like we're in a relationship and today I'm not all there. I'm only gonna give 70%. Can you
Hmm.
pick up that other 30 to make that 100? Like
Yeah.
let's work as a team. And I liked that, I mean it could go either way, but I feel like it should be a team. I should be able to say how I feel and what I want,
Not
but
being
not but
judged.
without being judged and without thinking that I'm trying to change you.
Right.
Because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just telling you what I need
Right.
from you. And
Okay.
would hope that that other person would do the same thing.
Hmm. So on the note of not trying to change me, do you think that when you were married, because you were a lot younger, that you had tried to change him or no?
No.
Okay.
Well, I think everybody considers changing as not an excuse or whatever when you express yourself of how you want to feel. Do you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I
Hmm.
think I think they were trying to change me.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's the other way around.
More like controlling than changing. I think controlling is more the word, like if
Hmm.
somebody's, is it change or is it control you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, if
It,
I can control you to the way I want, then I'm changing you.
right,
Mhm.
So,
right. But not just like you could say change and say to me it would be like one or two little things. But when you look into change and the way like I think she felt was more control, and that's where it's more negative. As opposed if he came to her and said something in a different way, it's how you express yourself. It would
mhm.
be
I think that we all though change as we grow, and sometimes you just don't grow together while you change. Where it's very rare to find someone that has been together since they're 16 years old and still making it, but you
Mhm.
guys were together and learned how.
I mean, I think we're completely, don't think that this is like a fairy tale. We're completely two different people.
Sounds like a fairy tale to me. But
Completely two different people. Completely. But in my most vulnerable and chaotic parts of my life that I fell apart,
mhm.
he was always there for me and supporting me. So I always took that and as a gratitude, and I
Okay.
out of a relationship differently. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
It's not, I don't want like thinking I have a perfect, it's not. I think as we get older, and I keep saying older because I'm, like things
Because you're
happen.
really old right now.
Yes, I am. I think as we get older and things happen to us as a person or a relationship, we change. Either there's certain things I won't take bullshit, and there's certain things that I'm like, I'm grateful and I'm going to ease up and change how I look at everything. But
Okay.
just an emotional person. But then I will really beat you up if you piss me off, kind of thing.
Uh, hold that thought right there, because I want to go back to what you said earlier about it was you or Kristen said about growing together,
Hmm.
and that is my biggest thing in life right now. Like my next relationship, I am going to grow with this woman, and the men that I coach, I encourage them to be on a journey with each other, growing and learning. But that also requires you to change the way you love them. Like
Right.
the way I feel about you on day one, it's going to be a lot of feelings like lust, things like that. And then, but then as I get to know you more, I get to know your fears and your pleasures, and I see your stress. So I have to learn to love you through those. I can't stay in the same stage of love that I was in on day one throughout the whole marriage because everything changes.
You're talking about marriage or relationship.
Either way, I said marriage because I don't know why I said that, but
Lust only lasts about 48 hours. And then after that, it's just all reality.
exactly. So once you get past the lust stage and you have to deal with the stress of bills and work and kids, and you have to learn to love them in that stage of life, or it will never work.
And their faults.
Yes. Yep. And we all have them.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
So, and now if I said, hold that thought because, oh, yeah. So do you think, and I want you both to answer this, that you make it safe for the men in your life to ask for what they need?
Yes.
We probably think that, but I don't know. Like, we don't know.
I think about how, like, when my husband asks me for something and I'm not like I'm against it, and he says, and I look at him with a face, and he's like, I'm asking for your support. So and then for him to say that to me was, it's already hard for you to come to me and say you already knew my answer was going to be. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's why I went with that, because the way he responds to me is what makes me think about things differently. And I'm just like, you know, all right, whatever.
Hmm. So why do you say whatever?
Because it's not worth arguing over. So for him to come to me, he has to feel safe.
Mhm.
he said, I want you to just hear me out and support me.
Okay.
So I just, not that I give up, but I'm like, it's hard enough for him to say it. It's not worth arguing.
But what if it's something that you truly don't believe or stand for?
Nothing he asked me is something I believe or stand for. But what am I going to do? Is it worth arguing? Do I have no balls at this point? Do you know what I'm saying? But it's
Right.
not worth it. So,
Mm.
and it means something to him. So I'm like, all right, whatever, is it the end of the world? No. So just do it.
Okay.
And so, no, it's always a financial situation. So I'm just like, whatever.
Okay. And I feel like that's how a lot of men are. They just say, whatever, I'll do whatever I'm told to do. And Kristen, you were talking about that earlier about, in your family, you've seen this before where, that someone says jump and you say how high.
Uh-huh.
What is the downside of that?
You're miserable.
Right.
Why are you living a life that, like, I mean, I'm talking about my parents, right? Like, so my dad never had a backbone, never said anything that he wanted or how he felt. He just took a beating every single time and was told what to do
Hmm.
all the time. Like, to the point where don't talk to your daughter. And we've talked about this and he stopped talking, like he hid it.
Mhm.
Where, I mean, if anybody ever told you that, you would cut them off, right? Like, no.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Even if it was even if you are still married
Mhm.
and in love with your wife and everything is great and happy, like Andrew's relationship, you're never gonna
The fairy tale?
yeah, you're not gonna listen to that other person,
Right.
right? So it's just I think he's miserable.
Hmm. So, and was he always this way even when you were a child?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, is what I remember, like, she was the boss and that was it.
Did that make you think growing up that that is how it was supposed to be? Like,
Right.
you were supposed to be in charge of him, like
Definitely.
your future husband or boyfriend or whatever?
I'm sure it has affected really all of my relationships, right? Because you just see one thing.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought about it till I actually asked the question because if
Yeah.
you see that she's the boss and that he does as he's told and it seems to be working in your young mind, that must be the way it is.
Oh, am I a control freak? 100%. Like,
Huh?
I control, right? I am.
But she's strong. It's not like she's control freak. She's a
Yeah,
strong woman being on her own, and she's raising her daughter on her own.
Mhm.
How mentally strong can you get more than that?
I'll do whatever it takes. But in relationships, I've definitely learned from that relationship and
Mhm.
then my marriage
Mhm.
to know what I want in the future, of
Okay.
course. I think everything that happens in our childhoods affects us in our adulthood, even
I
if
agree
we
100%.
it, we might not see it and, but it does. Like, when it's pointed out, it's like, "Shit,
I don't
yeah,
I don't think you see it until you get into your mid-40s and 50s and stuff. Like, you're like, "Oh,
I'm
this is where this is
traumatized.
coming
yeah,
from."
Yes, you're
yeah,
like, I'm traumatized.
yeah,
My whole life I didn't know I was traumatized. Jeez,
yeah,
I should have had therapy a long time ago.
right?
I know.
yeah."
So, off topic, I guess, Kristen, where do you find that strength to do what you do on your own? Like, I mean, you are raising your daughter on your own.
I
I know that you do the travel volleyball, and I know her grades are good. And she's a all-around good kid.
yeah.
And I think you work like 46 jobs.
She's a home she's a homeowner, that's huge.
Yes.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I mean, we do everything for our kids. What
Right.
am I
Okay.
gonna do when she's older and wants something to do with me? I have no idea. Right now, she doesn't really want anything to do with me, but when she's, like, done with school,
Mhm.
I don't know. You
Hmm.
just do what you gotta do. What am I gonna do? You just gotta move forward day by day because tomorrow's not promised.
Right. Well, the beautiful thing, what you just said about what you learned as a child and what she is seeing as a child. So she can see that you can do anything you put your mind to. So I believe that no matter what her situation is in the future, that she will do everything that she possibly can for her kids.
Yeah.
I hope
So,
so.
so you're doing a good job, I
Yeah.
think.
I mean, it could be better, right? Everything could be better, and everything could improve in every situation and scenario, but
Absolutely.
we just try to do so much more than what we had.
Absolutely. And we feel as parents all the
Oh,
time.
yes.
And I talk to her, I tell her all the time, like, we fail as parents. I feel as for myself, and I'm like, I failed. And you honestly just have to brush it off, get up the next day and just start fresh because you can't carry that sadness
Yes.
because it comes off as a person. And
Hmm.
I'm a true believer because I listen to like the weird stuff at night. I'm a true believer of how
What's the weird stuff at night? What
I
was that?
listen to like, I don't want to say spiritual because I'm not a spiritual person, but I listen to like how you feel inside
Hmm.
is how you look at the world and how you look as a person on the exterior. So if you're miserable, right? You're unhappy inside, you look unhappy. In the way you look at the world, everything, you're a miserable person.
Hmm.
And I try, I mean, don't get me wrong, when I'm alone with, I'm like, oh, but I try to say, like, for instance, if you annoyed me a few
Hmm.
times, like, all right, maybe he's having a bad day. Like, I don't try to judge you and just cut you off unless you really piss me off. I try not to look at the world. Everybody has a story. Everybody carries something. And that's what I try to tell myself about everybody. So, and I love talking to strangers. I love talking to everybody. So it's like how you look inside, how you're miserable, you're gonna be a miserable person. If you're just trying to lie to yourself, as I tell myself, like I lie to myself to keep going,
Hmm.
you look at the world differently. You come off as a different person. You build relationships and friendships and that's what you need. You need constant friendships to keep your mind going to be a different person.
Okay. I love that you said that because I actually I do a morning seven deadly sin podcast. It's like a quick 5 minute thing, but I end it every day or whenever I do it. It's twice a week with how you look on how you feel on the inside is a direct reflection of how you look on the outside, and
I
it
really believe
truly
that.
is.
Yep, I believe that.
So yeah, that was awesome. I love that.
So we're on the same spiritual page.
Yeah, yep. I mean, I'm a Christian, but I believe in all of it. Like, and I had this talk the other night with someone about crystals and the universe, but ultimately, in my eyes, God created everything. I'm not a organized religion, I guess, kind of thing, but I believe in God and I believe in just it's all within you. You decide.
Absolutely.
Yes. So you can be the devil, you can be God, you can. It's all within you. So it's your choice every day.
Mhm. And I
So.
think as you get older, we change
Mhm.
and either get miserable in all your experiences or take it as a life lesson, step back a few steps and enjoy things and look at things so different. Like
Well.
enjoy life. Not to be cheesy, but it's like enjoy life. Like why be miserable? Why be in a relationship? And that's the
Mhm.
person you're coming home to. And it's like, why be in a miserable relationship? Communicate, live life, do your thing, meet each other. I don't know.
Nowadays, I think it's because financially nobody could afford to leave each other.
Well, well, my husband always makes a joke in this perfect marriage says it's cheaper to keep her. So
Wow, I've heard that before.
it's cheaper to keep her. And you know what? He says it all the time and it's joking, this and that. I hope it's a joke. But whatever, it's I don't know.
I'm sure it's probably cheaper to keep you, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope there's more to it. I hope it's keeping you from more than that. But
Yeah. Well, our kids are older, so it wouldn't be so much of a financial situation. We
well,
still
based on the way you talk, I'd keep you around too. I, yeah.
they,
What did you just said something before that cheaper to keep her? Oh yeah, about experiences. Like I tell everybody like that I coach and I have run a men's group that you have to look for the silver lining or the good side of every single thing in life, everything that you have in life. So my mom just passed away last month, and that sucks. But the silver lining is that she raised a man that can live an awesome life, and she gave me so many skills that I can only look back and say I'm thankful for what she has given me, and I hope that I can give that to my daughter. So, am I sad? Sure, I'm sad. Is it a terrible experience? I made the best of it that I could. So you have to make the best of everything that you have and
have,
everything that happens to you.
but that's also your mindset.
Yes.
Like
Hmm.
those traumatic situations, you could have been negative about it,
Yes.
changed
You
it, but
you have a choice. You can and speaking of the trauma earlier, I was discussing a while back about PTSD and PTG. So you can have a stress disorder from something traumatic, or you can allow it to help you grow. You can take that trauma and say, I'm never going to let that happen to me again. I will be better tomorrow. My life, I will be grateful for everything because that's never going that what happened yesterday is never going to happen to me again.
And
and I
that's
will
the stuff
never let it affect me.
and that's the stuff I listen to at night, you know,
Hmm.
like stuff like that. And it's always at nighttime. And then I always say the saying like, because you have to care, believe in what you say and how you feel. If you think about, I heard this saying, and then I always try to remember, if you think about the past, you get depressed. If you think about the future, you get anxiety. So you have to live in that moment. And that's what I tell myself all the time, hard times or good times. You know what? Yesterday was shitty. Start fresh, stressful parts, and you have to change your mindset and
Hmm.
start fresh. Whether you have that negative energy in you, you got to move on
Yes.
because I can't, like, you can't be like this, you know?
But we are the same person. I swear that this is crazy right now. I say that
But
all the time.
listening to the same stuff at night.
What
I
do you listen to? I need to know. I'm gonna write this down.
Stop watching murder documentaries before you go to bed. Start listening to
But
your stuff.
I gotta tell you, I started listening. I don't know, whatever it is. Like if it's on Instagram, I listen to this guy. I don't know, but it's like I started feeling like I don't have a great family relationship,
Mhm.
so I feed off of strangers. Like relationships, I talk to everybody in the street. They just attract to me, and I could sit and listen to them. And also in my field, I listen to everybody. So it's like I have. I try to look at everything like that. Like
Uh-huh.
everybody has a story.
What is your job?
I'm a realtor.
Okay.
And I also worked in the schools for many years. So I talk to strangers all the time. And I don't know why. I love listening to them. I meet all these strangers and we exchange numbers. Nobody ever reaches out to anybody, but they're always like, "Can I have your number?" I'm like, "Sure."
Hmm.
But nobody, and it's fine. Like to me, it's like, "Eh, all right, whatever."
Hmm.
I don't know.
Well, you have a great mindset. That's for sure.
No, I don't think so. But
Okay.
I lie to myself. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the what I try to tell myself, and I'm like, but when it is gets hard,
How do you
I
lie to yourself?
yeah, I just tell tomorrow's a new day. You can't
Is
get
that a lie?
no,
Okay.
but
Tomorrow's a new day for sure.
but people don't really talk to themselves like that and tell them and get themselves out of that rut. So I say I lie to myself. That's how I
Okay.
put it.
It's not really a lie. You're just telling yourself the truth, honestly. Tomorrow is a brand new day. Whatever has happened today is gone.
Right.
So
And it's very hard raising kids. They could
I
either
agree.
destroy your marriage or you could build it on the side stronger, but it's extremely tough. Extremely tough.
Okay.
You know? I'm kinda lucky I got one shipped away and I only have one left. So it's kind of like but still the one that I have left, they're hard. It's 15. It's
Yeah.
not easy.
It's not easy at all. I will, but yeah, it was a lot. It was funny. It was for me, it was a lot easier when they were younger.
Yes. I say that all the time. I'm like, "Those were the best days." And now I'm like, "Ugh, they're up."
Because they
I'm
were
like
cute and they didn't talk back.
and they hugged you and loved you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was perfect, Kristen. Yes, I haven't had a hug in a while, and I am talking back to every day.
And so
So
helpful. She used to
Yeah.
be so helpful and help me do things, and now it's leaving
hmm.
me with a mess.
Now my son hugs me and it's lifeless and you could feel the space between us. It's like more like a robot hugging you. So
Mm.
I'm like, "All right. That was
I get the side hug.
at least we get a, robot side hug." I don't
Hmm.
know.
Yep, I'll tell you whatever I can get.
I
Mhm.
know. I
So
know.
so before I wrap this up, I have to plug my friend's podcast. So, but I'm gonna ask a question. You guys were all similar in age. Do you remember Z100 in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the Zoo morning, the Zoo show, whatever. So my buddy and his wife have a podcast, and this is their plug. So it's called Sessions and Lessons. But you guys check them out they're on Spotify, they're all the major podcast platforms, and they have episodes every Sunday and Wednesday. These guys, they are like the Z Morning Zoo from back in the '90s. They talk about '80s stuff, they talk about nostalgic whatever, and they get into a little self help, and they're just back and forth. The banter is incredible. So you guys, Chris and Andrea, and whoever else is listening out there, check out Sessions and Lessons on all major podcast platforms. It is Joel and Glo Rosario of the hosts. Check it out. Awesome show. So
Will do.
perfect. So I have some rapid fire questions for you. So each of you guys go try and be as quick as you can, back and forth, okay? So why are men better at giving advice than asking for help?
I need a few minutes.
No.
Go, Kristen.
No. Like,
Why are men better at giving advice?
I don't know.
I
Are
don't think
they?
they are.
Are they?
I don't think they I'm like, I don't think they are. No offense.
Okay, that's fine. All right, fair enough. So I think I'm better giving advice than ask for help because if I ask for help, then I feel like I'm less of a man.
As far as what? What do you mean consider help and what?
Life in general. So I can tell you how to change a tire in a car. I can give you that advice, but I'm not going to ask you to help me change it.
Because you would do a better job.
Would I?
Yeah, you would.
No,
How do
I
you know
would.
that?
All right, so she would do a better job. All right.
You've never seen me change a tire. I would call AAA.
Well, it depends what category you're talking about.
Well, but in general, I personally feel like men are better at explaining how to do things or telling you a better way, whether it's true or not, than they are at asking for help. Just because I think most men, when they ask for help, they feel weak.
No, I mean, if you're talking about kids,
But why? Why do you feel weak?
That's a fine question. I don't know because I think we were raised to we need to know what we're doing.
I don't know.
Okay,
I think that's
I think it depends on the situation. You're talking
Right.
about a tire, right? That's supposed to be like a manly thing, right? But
Sure.
then what about cooking? It's supposed to be like a female thing.
Hey, I love cooking.
Well,
I
that's
know.
it depends on the yeah. Yeah, of guys that like to cook. But
Right.
you talk to some other and they don't know anything and they would learn something, right? Like more than
Sure. Yep. All right. I guess I work with a different group of people.
yeah. I think it depends on the topic or the situation.
right. That's
Okay.
what I think.
All right. Next question: is silence masculine or immature?
Annoying.
Yeah.
Immature then?
That's letter C. The third option is
Okay. Third option. All right. Next one is shutting down emotional control or emotional avoidance.
avoidance.
Yeah.
Kirsten?
I'd say that. I mean, I think I think I think everybody needs to shut down at some times to like
Regroup. But if
yeah.
you're talking about being with somebody and just shutting it out of nowhere,
Yeah. I
that's
guess I'm looking at it different,
you
not
know,
shutting down.
You
just-
you you are, Kristen, looking at it differently, but I like that. So if you're intentionally shutting down, then you are having emotional control. But if you're shutting down because you're not happy in the situation that's going on right in front of you, then you're avoiding.
yeah.
but me as a person, when I shut down, I can't handle the world and I need space to figure it out.
Okay.
So
That's
to
a
me,
good thing. It's good that you could admit that because a lot of people don't understand what space actually is.
I think everybody needs space.
Everybody does, but
I,
nobody knows it unless you're you because where you're at in your mindset. Like I understand what it is. I know it's how important it is,
I think it's
but a
very
lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
If you're asking me for some kind of space right now, it's because in my head you don't like me. You're mad at me.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Our relationship is over. Whatever relationship we have is over because you want to go away from me right now. When in reality, you just need to clear the air.
I think it depends on the relationship that you're in
Mhm.
because, you know, if you're in a healthy relationship and
Mhm.
you're for space, then you'll understand it. But if it's unhealthy, then it's very not going
Sure.
to go.
Well,
Yeah.
most of the people I work with are in unhealthy relationships. They get healthy as they move through the work.
It depends on the man.
All right. The last man in your life. What did he secretly need but not admit?
I don't know. Yeah, he wanted love. I just didn't have it, I guess.
Okay.
I think people act crazy when they don't get what they want, and at the end of the day, they just want love and attention to feel important, but they don't know how to express it, so they act like jackasses.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
And
enough.
I'm
All right.
not saying I'm just assuming how I feel. So
Yeah. Because I sometimes can act like that.
because you want
I will act like
attention,
a crazy person.
because you just want that
Yeah.
attention and love, and you're not getting it, and you're just gonna blow up their house.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
there's a reason why I got him for 35 years.
This just went sideways. All right. So on that note, do women really want honesty or honesty that makes them feel good? Does that make sense?
Mm.
Is honesty is the same thing as criticism? No.
So, all right, if we were in a relationship, do you want me to be honest with you about what's going on, or do you want
Oh,
me to speak
Yeah.
in a way that will make you feel good?
No,
honest.
100%. How we're gonna correct how you feel, you're gonna carry that sadness and turn it into anger,
Mhm.
and you're
Okay.
gonna annoy me, and then we're gonna get into an
Which
argument.
goes back to communication, right?
Right.
Hmm.
So it falls back on the person who you are, not on the relationship,
Mm.
right?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. So it's funny when you say that because you look at, and this is really terrible rapid fire because we're going into in depth with all these, but who you are personally is how the relationship shows up. Makes sense? So if he knows who he is and is confident within himself and you know who you are, you're confident within yourself, the two of you guys make an incredible relationship. But if one party is, teetering on what the hell, then the whole thing falls apart.
not really.
No?
It's
Of a what?
how long like, what I'm saying is, like, how how long is this person, like you said, like, lingering on the side or whatever? It all depends.
If they're not sure of who they are or what they stand for, like that, I feel like that is the guy that has his wife or a girlfriend tell him everything.
Well, that's because that person you're talking about is, I feel like that's a person that's been in a relationship for 10 years and doesn't know who they are because they never had their space. So now it's
Yes.
a repetitive life, and
Okay.
he's just going with emotions until the end of day.
And tomorrow's a new day and we'll do it all over again.
Correct, but he's gonna be miserable the same way he was today.
Most likely.
So that so that's why I'm all about giving space and being your own person.
Okay.
You know, it's about recharging.
Yes. Okay. I like that. Hmm. All right. Last question I have then. What is one thing that men can do that makes women stop listening?
Um, okay.
What's yours?
Mine is wait, hold on. What's the question again?
What is one thing that men do that make women stop listening?
The way they treat them,
Okay. Can you go into detail on that?
meaning you make them feel not alive or wanted or whatever word you want to put,
Okay.
and everything shuts down.
Okay. Kristen, what do you got?
I feel like it depends on the relationship because I've been in a relationship where, like, I don't care what you say. I'm not interested in anything you're talking about. But then I've been in a relationship where I want to hear everything, even if it's not what I'm into, or if it's sports or so, or where I'm like,
Okay.
I think it just depends.
Hmm.
Because I've been in a relationship where I love the person and I'm obsessed with the person and I wanted to know everything that goes on all day long. And then I'll look at my marriage and I just didn't want anything to do with any
Okay.
conversation.
Hmm. So if you ask me what men do, I would say that they lie. When they lie, that's when if you are always honest, then people will listen to you. Because if I have lied to you, then you don't know what I'm telling you, and I'm not going to listen.
How many times did you lie to get to
Yeah.
that point? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I used to lie to my ex-wife all the time.
Really?
About what? Like,
Uh,
based on life or other things?
life in general. I would lie about sneezing. That
Wh
wasn't me.
why?
I think that going through this work, it had a lot to do with the way I was raised and out of fear of getting in trouble.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if when growing up, my dad he was very strict, and if I did something wrong, I know I was in trouble. And if I could blame my brother, blame my sister, lie in general, then I stood a chance of getting away with it.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because so my ex-wife and I, we are much closer now than we were. Well, obviously we were much closer when we were married, but between the divorce and now, we had a period where it was rough, I guess you could say. But now that we talk more, she tells me all the time, and she's right because I do the work, I see myself, and she was like, "You would leave a cabinet open in the kitchen, it would be wide open. You were the last one in there, and you would say it wasn't me."
I
So,
mean, I could see that turning to be annoying after a while,
mhm,
but, I mean, is it worth getting to the point of how many times did you leave this cabinet open?
All the time. I still do it. If I'm looking in the kitchen right now, I have 2 cabinets wide open. But why? I have no idea. It doesn't really bother me, but it bothers everybody else.
All
But
right.
I just feel in general, if your stories about your day or life or whatever are not honest, then why am I listening?
But there are some people that lie because they just lie,
Mhm.
like can't help themselves, which that goes back to whatever growing up. But
Mhm.
I don't know how serious can that, like what I'm trying to say, like how bad can those lies be to come to the point of
Is there a good lie?
yeah,
Okay.
those white lies.
Then those are okay?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, a lie is a lie. Like,
I
I
feel
truly live my life in honesty. I will tell anybody anything about my life that is relevant to the situation. But if something comes up and I'm not proud of it, I won't lie about it.
Because that's what you lesson learned now. So as an
Right.
adult, you're done, you know?
So to me, even a white lie, I don't like them.
I feel like the whole cabinet thing, right? Like if I'm with you and you're annoying as fuck and I can't stand you and the relationship is horrible and you left the cabinet open and I said something to you and you lied about it would just be
And
that's
adding.
better, right? But if we like love each other, great relationship, joke around here and there and you're like, it wasn't me, it could turn into like a joke. I feel like it depends on how you take it. Like,
Yeah, I guess it's funny because if you turned it into a joke, I could see how it would lighten the situation and make it easier to be more honest.
like, yeah, okay, yeah, it wasn't you, but like not be mad about it. Like how like why be mad about an open cabinet? Just go and shut it.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
And we
You're
know
right.
that like it's not like is that a lie? I mean, it's a lie, but I, I think it depends on how you take it.
Sure.
Could
I
be
mean, that's just a small example though, but I lied all the time to not upset her. So to not rough the water, whatever it's called,
yeah.
rock the boat, if you will.
You were lying about were you ever lying about like where you were and who you were with?
No, I never went anywhere. But that's the other thing. I never went anywhere. When I was married, there was no space. I was up her butt sideways. I thought that
But did you choose that?
I
Or
did. Absolutely, I did. And looking back and after now talking to her, realizing that was terrible. She wanted me to go out and do things. And I was like, nope, I need to come home from work and I need to be a dad. I need to be a husband. That was it.
but at the time you felt like that was the right decision for you and you
Mhm.
felt happy. There's nothing wrong with that.
She was not happy because I was up her butt sideways.
Did she want space?
Eventually, she wanted the space. She wanted to go out with her friends because she was a stay-at-home mom for a while.
So did you allow her to do that?
I did.
Oh, so then what's the issue?
The issue was that it was too late, that I didn't give she wanted that space with knowing that I was gonna come home with less stress. So I took, the stress from work, brought it home, and now I have the stress of being a dad, stress of being a husband. So I was like a ball of stress.
When it's too late, it's too late. It's already
Yes.
over.
Yep.
There's no coming back from it.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But going back to the stuff I listened to at night,
Yeah. That I'm
all
interested in. What is
yeah,
that?
all the things that happen, right? You look at life differently and you would go into a relationship completely different. Hmm?
Mhm.
So, because all the stuff like that, I wouldn't take it as a negative. I would say it made you who you are today because our past makes us who we are.
Right. So looking back on it now, yes, so my marriage ended, and then I'm very okay with that. And now every relationship I've had moving forward is far better because of what I learned from my marriage.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and this is
Okay.
personal. Do you feel like your marriage failed because of you, of how you looked at everything, or no?
It was a team effort.
Okay,
So
good answer.
yes, it was absolutely a team effort.
Hmm.
So yeah, she did wrong, I did wrong, we both did wrong. But we were, and I say we were young, but we weren't young. We were in our 30s, but
It's young though. What do you know at 30? You don't know anything. You don't
I
know.
know I knew everything at 30.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That's true.
Yeah, but I
I
think and a lot of people they don't know what they don't know.
I blame mine on being young too and not know it. Like it's just like you don't. You
How
and
young
then
how young were you, Kristen?
what was that?
How young were you? Or
I
old were
was
you?
22 when I got engaged, 24 when I got married. I feel like
Yeah.
that's you think you're an adult, but you're not. You have no idea
Yep.
what's on the outside world. Yeah, very young.
Facts.
5 when I had Callie. It's young.
Mhm.
You just think that that's the next step to take, and you do it without knowing anything about the worlds and any relationships.
But I
Yes.
believe that at the moment you do things, you feel like it is right. But when you get older, you look at it different, say, oh, that's the next step we had to take. But in reality, at that moment, you felt it was the right time to bring a child into the world. You know what I'm saying? Like at that moment, you felt like you wanted to go home and be a dad and be
Mhm.
there all the time. But then when you time goes by and you go through the chapters and you feel like hurt or whatever it is, then you're like, all right, you look at things different. That's why I keep saying my age, because I feel like when you're younger, plus
Mhm.
your traumatic past, you get lost, you don't know what you're doing, and then you learn, and then either you get messed up mentally or
Mhm.
you look at life completely different and say, you know, let's look at it and let's change it up.
Yes. But that's you have to learn from it. That's the ticket right there.
And some people don't. They take it and they take it hard and, they
Mhm.
don't deal with it. And honestly, not that I do. There's times that I break down and I cry, but you gotta brush it off, get up, and there's so much stuff. There's so
Mhm.
much things to live for.
Absolutely.
I think times are different now too, right? Because
Right.
you don't see a lot of kids getting married in their early 20s anymore.
I think that you see people getting married less and less in general.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
definitely. I know people that have been together for over 10, 15 years that are young and aren't married
Mhm.
because they're traumatized from their childhood and their parents. I know people that are in their 40s that are my age that have been together since they're 16 and not married.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing when I was younger, I wanted to get married. That's like one thing I knew I wanted.
Mhm.
Look, now I am married, no regrets, but I wouldn't get married again. Like I would want a lifetime partner,
Right. I agree with you on that.
you know?
So I think when I grew up, there was, boxes to check. Like, number 1 was getting married, buying a house, getting married. I don't know the order anymore, but buying a house, getting married, having a kid, retiring, and dying. And when I got divorced, I had every box checked except for retirement and death. And now that I can look back and see what went wrong, what went right in my life, like, none of those are important. I just live every day the best I can.
So I've met older people
Mhm.
than myself. And then I
Wait,
have,
people are older than you?
yes.
Wow.
And then I have like my brother-in-law who's my age and never got married.
Mhm.
They're all men and they
Mhm.
all say to me, I just want to find love. I just want a partner. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think to be happy in life, you need to find love, but you can't settle. You have to, once again, stuff I listen to at night. You have to, you have to be happy with yourself. And in order when you're happy, there is communication and there is trust and openness. Because
Mhm.
when that is not there, it's like, who wants to be with a miserable fuck, at the end of the day? And it's like,
Nobody. You don't
nobody,
wanna be with yourself when you're miserable.
right. And
So,
it's
yeah,
like,
and if you're looking for love, and this I've learned recently, if you don't love yourself, you're never gonna find that love you're looking for.
you have to make yourself a priority. What
Mhm.
it's whatever hobby you have
Mhm.
and really enjoy taking care of yourself, whatever it is. And then that happiness you look at everybody different. When you
Yeah.
lose yourself as a person, when you lose yourself even in a marriage,
Mhm.
you're miserable and you just every once you lose yourself, that's it. You can't, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. You're not a person anymore. You're just going through life each day by day until death because you don't know who you are anymore, you
Yes.
know?
True. So
So,
when I before I got married, I was a surfer. I like to have I love to have all kinds of fun, drinking beer and doing not like a drunk, but
right.
drinking. I was a beer connoisseur, I guess you could say. And when I got married, I gave all that up.
Why?
And fatherhood, I gave all that up.
Why?
Why? Because I thought I had to. I don't even think she forced me to do that. I gave it up because I had to be the dad. I had to be the husband. I had to be the worker.
So you think a beer was judging you?
A what?
Just having a beer was judging you?
I honestly don't know what I was thinking, but I did not do any of the things I did before my marriage. So the man I was that actually attracted my wife was dead and gone.
Because I think in society as married couples, right, we
Mhm,
get lost in everyday life and raising kids.
mhm.
Once those kids come into the factor, it's the kids' fault. That's what things start falling apart because they're always a priority,
Okay.
right? And
Mhm.
then lose ourselves.
Sure.
Did
It-
your dad give up anything that you know of? Like when he became a dad of 4?
I don't know. My dad never talked about the fun things. Like, I mean, I know he used to go clamming as a kid, and then, I mean, I think he never took me clamming. I think I went fishing with him. I can count on one hand, so at most 5. So I think that he gave a lot of that up, being on the water and stuff. But even I know that my mom's dad was always on the water, so I don't know why that would have changed. I really don't know. He never talks much about what he did for fun.
That would be a cool conversation to have with him.
I'm going to have that conversation actually.
Yeah,
So yeah,
interesting.
I'm going to have that conversation with him for sure. I might even do that today.
I would love to hear stories too about that,
Yeah.
about what he used to do.
Yep. I'm going to find out. I am. Cause I know he used to do the clamming and the fishing, and he used to tell me stories about, he used to skip school to go work at a pool hall, I think he said it was, just to make money and play pool. And that's the other thing, we've never played pool together. Well, until last week.
Yep, yep.
Yep, till last week. And
Mhm.
I walked away. I think I let him play pool
Yes.
with my daughter.
Yeah. That was
I'm pretty sure
interesting.
she beat him, but I don't know.
so I
Uh,
missed you last week, right?
I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't see you, did I?
I live a few blocks away, so I could have
Oh,
met. Yeah.
She just
you
had
could have met
surgery,
me.
so
Oh yeah, I had surgery, so I was home.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna close this out, but don't leave. I'm just gonna do my closing spiel, and then we can chit chat more. So all you guys out there, check out this podcast. It's gonna be airing tonight, and check out my 7 Deadly Sins I do every Tuesday and Thursday. And my buddy AJ does the daily devotions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So check those out, guys. If you are a man and you're looking for some help, a group of brothers to talk to, go to northmancoaching.com and check out Join the Brotherhood. It is a community on the school platform. That's SKOOL. And we are a band of brothers. We meet every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. None of it's mandatory. It's all awesome though. And we talk about men stuff. We talk about our lives. We talk about what we need help with, and we help each other out. There's no judgment. So check that out, northmancoaching.com. If you guys need any one-on-one coaching, also go to the website. I've got a few slots available, and I have a free ebook called The First 30 Days. So if you guys are going through a divorce, a separation, a breakup, whatever, this book will teach you how to respond versus react during the beginning stages, which potentially could save your relationship. But if it does not save your relationship, it will definitely save you. So check out all that we're doing at Northman Coaching, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for coming on, guys. I appreciate you.
Bye. Thank you.